Hello everyone, and welcome back to the last nugget of the week. Again, this has to have been one of the most important studies regarding the state of the dead, I've read in a while. For me personally, one of the reasons this topic is so important is because of what the Bible has to say in Ephesians 4:27. Don't give ground to the devil. Now, if you're a note taker, you see that word for ground? In the Greek, this word for ground means a place that is defined by what happens there. For example, you might call one building a church, another building a grocery store, and another building a home. Why do we give these buildings such names? Because they are defined by what takes place there. Well, Scripture is telling us not to give Satan a place in our lives that can be defined by what he wants to do there. So how do we give Satan ground? Well, one of the places we do this is in our lifestyle. Anytime we enter into Satan's arena, especially in the area of spiritualism and the occult, we open the door for Satan to come into some part of our lives. And this is where it is so critically important to pay attention to what we read, what we watch, and what we listen to. The Scripture is clear that by beholding, we become changed. And let's face it, we cannot willingly step into Satan's territory knowing what we know and expect Satan to sit back and not respond to that. The enemy will take full advantage to gain access to any and all areas of our life if we give him a chance. The lesson asks, what can we do to help others overcome Satan's end-time deceptions without falling into those deceptions? Well, ourselves. First, pray. This is a war, and the Bible tells us to put on the full armor of God because we're not fighting against the flesh and blood enemies, but against the prince of darkness himself. Pray for yourself, for wisdom, and for an opportunity to share. Secondly, be kind. Understand that people love and miss those they've lost. They are comforted by the idea that in some way, shape, or form, their loved ones live on. Next, don't argue or debate. Don't turn this subject into who's right and who's wrong. We're here to win hearts, not arguments. The truth is we lose more people when we argue with them. Instead, ask questions seeking understanding. Find common ground. Talk about how you felt when you lost a loved one. Share with them the scriptures that give you hope. And when the time is right, talk to them about the resurrection and the life, Jesus himself, and his promise of everlasting life. In other words, take time to listen, and when the time is right, then you share. Well, that was our lesson for this week. Now it's your turn. Please come out on Sabbath and share your thoughts and questions with your local Sabbath school class. And please don't forget to join us next week as Thando shares some of her thoughts regarding next week's lesson, which is entitled The Biblical Worldview. I know you won't want to miss it. Again, thank you for joining us this week. Happy Sabbath. God bless.